some air movement. It's so warm in here today. Come on. Work with me. Oh, come on. Oh, okay. There's that. More sanding. Okay, last fit. Hey Dim, how's it going? Oh. Yeah, I'll figure this out here. Bear with me. Bear with me. Okay. So, I'm going to try something today. I'm going to do it on a live that I have never tried before. I'm going to let a few more people come in. I'm going to do a cross wedge. So, before I do that, so this is my kerf cut, right? So what I did was, and I'm guessing, right? This is my first time doing this. I drilled a hole there at the bottom of this cut. So that way, that's kind of acts like a hinge, because I got to fill up some gaps on the back side. So in theory, that should work. In theory. So I'll show you what I mean by the gaps. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. So as you can see, there's a little gap there. It's not bad. It'd probably fill in with just a regular wedge. This customer wanted something special with the wedge. I'm kind of nervous. So, so this is going to either turn out okay, or it's going to be an epic failure. But you don't know until you try. So, I don't know if, let's see something here. Let's see if I can get you guys closer. Oh, hang on one second. Let's see if I can move you guys in so you can be, oh, that's not bad. Right? Okay. I'm going to go this way. Maybe. Yeah. We'll see what happens. Kind of play around with it. So, is that too bright? Maybe just a little. That's. So, what's it like with the old light? Oh yeah. No difference. Okay. So we don't need the light. So usually what I like to do is, I've got Bolivian heartwood, and then 2 bloodwood cross wedges. Why I pick bloodwood? Because that's what I have. And like I said, we're going to see how this goes. First off, I'm a glue user. I know some guys don't like that. So, that's kind of, I've got a pretty decent pretty decent. Okay. We got a pretty decent curve cut in there now. So the glue should kind of flow down in. There. There. Okay. I'll be honest with you. Kind of nervous on this one. Hey, Mateen, how's it going? Did I get that right? Okay. So. Spread this. I'm going to spread this one out a little bit. I'm not used to this camera angle, so try to bear with me. Okay. So. Okay. Now, let's okay. Maybe. You guys are witnessing first time me doing this. Well, okay, so I'm hitting a little bit. Let's see, what do I got for a knife? We'll use this. So far so good. So I'm hitting, I'm scraping a little bit here. So we'll just kind of see if we can even that out just a little bit. So it's not dragging so much. Okay. See if we can get this one in. Okay. It's okay. It actually kind of helped me a little bit. As long as those are even. That's okay. Now, as you guys spin around here, turn on the light. Okay. Put it in the cushion. Yeah, okay. Let's see what we can get out of this. Back, in front. It broke, but that's okay. It'll be fine. Okay. I think it did it. Oh, I think I did it. Yeah, I think I pulled it off. The moment of truth is coming. The moment of truth is upon us. So, we'll wipe some of this excess glue off. Huh. No setback. Nada. Perfect. Alright. I'm gonna go snip this off. I'll be right back. Okay, I haven't looked at it yet. That's crooked, I can fix that. I pulled it off. I pulled it off. a little bit more touching up. Crack will darken up too. But there it is. I pulled off a cross wedge. What? Interesting. All right. Well, what do I got next? Well, I guess we can burn the. Well, you know what? I better ask you before I burn the label in there. But that's a finished. She's done. I gotta finish up the. I gotta do the palm swell, but I'll do that. We'll work on that. But I don't know if you can see down it at all. Alright, let's raise that up a little bit. Bring it over. Yeah. Straight as an arrow. Best as I can show you anyway. Okay, so. Oh, I feel so much better. Oh my God, I feel so much better. Curly said hi. Oh, said hi. What's up? Ashley, hello. So, let's get you guys. You guys have no idea how much better I feel right now. But that part is done. Excuse me. Well, there we go. You guys are about ready to fall down. I want that to happen. Now I gotta be a kid again. And remember that feeling when you were a kid? When you played with the wood, when you played with the Elmer's glue? And the feeling it gave you when you peeled it off your fingers? I'm a child. I am. I'm a child. But that's okay. What was it doing? Oh yeah. So, we are copying this palm swell. Yep. Okay. Let's copy the other side. So, God, I feel good that finally that went. Okay. So, this bottom part here is way too bulky. So I'm going to, after I cut it, because I don't need this part anymore since the head is hung. So now I can cut this off right here on this line and then start finishing this palm swell. I'm going to knock it down, thin it out in the back here a little bit. It's a little bit too thick, but so I'm going to cut that real quick and I will be right back. Just take 2 seconds if I don't screw it up. Okay. Now I cut it a little bit on the outside of that line, so that way I got room to play. Um, yeah. Okay. So let's start. Yeah, that's way too low. God, I'm glad that turned out. You guys have no idea. That's like the very first. That's the very first time I've ever attempted a cross wedge. Attempted. And I decided to do it on the live. No pressure. No. Not at all. See if my vise cooperates with me. That hurt. Seeing me gut myself. That would be bad. This one here come off the Arvika. This is the Arvika sheet here. That'll work. Okay. Let's see here. Give it a little bit of a classy, kind of a flare out look. Let's give her a little bit of curves back here. Okay. Nope. Don't want to get too far up here, it's pretty thin. at that. Just about didn't hang in there if I was leaning on it. Yeah. What do I think of that? Okay. Now, the trick is to match this side with that one. What we got going on here? And what's going on? Yeah, I'm setting the bar a little high. So it's not bad. It didn't turn out too bad for my first one. Bolivian rosewood and then heartwood. No, Bolivian rosewood and bloodwood. And I went with the bloodwood because that's basically what I had for scraps. But it turned out okay. It'll turn out even better once I throw the block on, right? Felix, how's it going? Calixto, how's it going? We'll just call you Lopez. I have to try the 3-piece Neapolitan wedge. Signature, man. They usually break. Well, that's true. Sometimes I like the breakage. It helps once in a while. Let's open this up a little bit so I'm not totally back to you guys. You see Killinger starting to sell a few heads? He put out one video already. He's got about like 5 or 6 heads on it. A few nice ones, a few really good ones. But they're also out of my price range for right now. Scott, I'm losing it. Got too many irons in the fire. So look at this. Should turn that off. Just give me 1 second. You're gone. Okay. I'm back. Sorry. I just caught a dust axe made on eBay. $15.44 Troy cent as well. So I'm assuming it's going to no hidden wedge. Let's see here. What kind of cabinet made? Cabinet maker's rasp. The only thing that my main two rasps I use is the 4-in-1 and the Shinto. Those are my two go-to. I really want to try those rasps from Stumptown. Stumptown sells those. The curved rasps. I really want to give them a shot. I need to, like I said the last time, I need to sand. I occasionally use a spoke shave once in a great while. I'm kind of looking for a wooden one, loosely. And then I need to send a couple of my my draw knives. I need to send a couple of them to Mike so he can tune them up. Because right now my draw knives are dull. They could work so much better, I think, and I'd probably use them way more. So if they were as sharp as they were supposed to be. How do you shape the head with a handle? It takes a little bit. So let's see here. What do I got? What do I have here? So basically, I don't have one that's not done. This will give you an idea though. Okay, so basically this is what I start out with. This is probably going to be my next handle. For this head, I think. I don't know yet. Pretty sure. But, so, and this is going to be a full handle. I'm not going to do palm swirls on this. This is going to be a full palm swirled handle. It's going to end up like this. Right? So this is basically, yeah, that's basically the same thing. So this is start, this is finished. That is basically the same. Is that the same pattern? Yeah, pretty much same pattern. Actually, I think that is the same pattern. Nope, a little different. Anyway, so taking it down, basically what I do is you set the head. Let's take a look at this real quick. Just as an idea. Okay. So just so you guys can see. So, another head down here. That might show better. Another oldie. Okay. So, that's kind of an oval eye, right? So when you knock down the sides, you cut down the sides, and I usually cut it to 7/8. This one's a little bit, I won't have to cut it that far. Yeah, usually I cut it to 7/8, and then I cut the handle part down to 3/4. So basically, you line that up on there. Line it up square as you can. It's easier when it's not so thick. Then I just grab a pencil, kind of roughly, get a general outline. Right? So you have the oval, right? So there's your general outline. This is going to be smaller than what you got here because of the way the pencil is. So normally what I do is I just kind of thicken it up on the outside of the line. And everybody does this different. Everyone. Everybody has their own way of doing this. But I thicken it up around the outside of the line. Okay? And then you just start shaping down, taking off wood to the line. Okay? And then when you get down far enough to where you start, where this will fit inside of this. This will fit? Well, barely. So you just barely get it to fit like so. Right? Yeah, that's gonna just okay. Let's make a mark there. Okay. So see the marks it made? Right there and there. So those are your high points. So as you come down, you want to take wood. The only place you want to take wood is here, underneath where it made the mark. Don't take wood here, don't take wood here. Only here, right? And here. So as you come down, you start getting a fuller line like this, all the way around. This one was seated. I had this head on it, and I didn't like the way it looked. So I remade the handle. But there's nothing wrong with this handle. And as a matter of fact, it's going to be, we'll see what happens. Maybe. Oh, maybe. I'm going to take that apart tonight too. So. But yeah, that's basically the starting point. Let's see now, let's go back a little bit. I just tuned a draw knife up on the bed. So, oh, how'd that work out? My problem is I have, when I get the thinner blades, I have a bad habit of burning the edges. It's just something I got to get used to. I guess it's something I got to work on. With a hatchet, you can almost get away with any wood. Almost. But most generally, you use a hardwood like a hickory, ash, elm, any, because the handle is so short on a hatchet that the strength properties are different. It's a much stronger, no matter what wood you use, you can get away with a lot with a short handle like that. I think I even hit that just about right. So yeah, that's what that looks like. All right. I think I hit that about right. Okay. But yeah. That's your general start. Yeah, that's another thing. I gotta upgrade my my belt grinder. I gotta upgrade it and put a variable speed on it. Right now, I'm just got a switch with one speed. I've been like that for years and years. I've been one speed. I wouldn't know what to do with a variable speed. Yeah, exactly. I should show you. I'll have to dig it out sometime. The very first handle I ever made was, I think, out of, it could have been, it was pallet wood, for sure. I'm not sure what it was though. It definitely, I don't think it was a hardwood. It was very thick. It was very rough. As far as where I get the wood, I get all of my wood several different places. I got 2 different small local mills I go to, and then I have a local woodworking shop. Specialty shop that's been carrying a pretty decent supply of hickory lately. So that's been my cheap source of hickory, and that's where I also get my bloodwood. This is going to be a future handle here. Yeah, woodcraft specialist. This board was $24. It's 4-4. So that's, and it's pretty decent wood. They had a big pallet of it. I should have got more. I kicked myself for that. But that ends up That ends up looking like that. That's bloodwood. Bloodwood with hackberry palm swells. So I really love the way this handle feels. It's a little stiff. Yeah, it looks like a good little grinder. Yeah. Yeah, no problem. But yeah, this was my first handle I've ever used in bloodwood. It's very heavy, very dense. But the abrasion resistance is excellent. It's extremely strong. It's just, yeah. I'm definitely going to make a couple more. I'm starting to go more battery operated stuff. My old one broke. I don't know why it's still there. I should throw it away. I'll probably keep it as a backup and never use it again. That type of thing. Let's switch this out here. I picked this up and I'm really happy with it. It's super, I mean, compared to that one, it's about half the noise. It's very smooth. Batteries last quite a while on it. It doesn't eat batteries like this one here, right? Here, let me get this put on here. My brain goes all cuckoo. Okay. Right, I got the small, this is the 2.0. Right? So nothing special. This is the smallest battery I've got, other than the 12 volts. And I've been using it quite a bit. I still got 2 bars. And then this little thing, I'm pretty happy with it also. Now that I've started using it more, figured it out, started playing with it. But it's just the 12 volt. I got the bigger battery for it. But it moves metal. So now let's see here. Focus. Hey, so have you done the video on the Walmart axe yet? I haven't seen anything. I've been waiting patiently, kind of. The boss is home. Boss is home. Huh? Yeah, it's still live. Still live. What do you need?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Okay, bye.
You want to come say hi?
I want to go.
I know. You want to come
No,
say?
that's okay. Just
Okay.
that's fine.
Oh, it won't be too long.
Okay.
You want to come say? You want to say hi?
No. Want to back next to the
Still thick, but I can't take it down anymore. Okay. Love that noise. Well, still got that one little mark there. Over there. For sure. Okay, real quick. Okay. Think. That's it for now on this one. I gotta ask him a question. Because usually I like to, before I put my stamp on, like some of these, he's gonna use this one, so I don't think he'll have a problem with it. But I kind of like to ask him on some of these, because this is, like on show axes, I kind of give the customers an option instead of having my name plastered on a show axe up on the wall. You know, it's not that big a deal for me. I'd rather see an axe just plain by itself. Nothing, just nice and smooth and just, right, without my name plastered on it. My stamp isn't that bad. But I don't know. I'm kind of weird like that. I just kind of give him the option. So I'll ask him about this one. I know he's going to use this. And I'm going to test this out before I send it. But I need to know if he wants my name, wants my brand on there before I finish it. So right now, I am extremely happy with the way that turned out. Needs minor little touch-ups here and there, but other than that, I'm going to I'm not sure how I'm going to finish it yet, but yeah. So there's that one. Now, I was splitting elm with this the other day, or not the other day, yesterday. Well, it was the other day. And elm is rough on handle because of the way it splits, the way it comes apart in different sections. And this is an elm handle, right? So it got dinged. Elm is a good handle material. The only drawback with elm is that it's not very abrasion resistant. Like, it gets a scuff here and it's a gouge. It's not like hickory where it's just a scuff on the side, a little bit of rash here and there. No, it's a gouge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sand this up. Yep. Okay. Smooth it out. Okay, let's put this away. Okay. So this had a coat of iron acetate on it. So I'm going to try and do a light coat, a very light coat of iron acetate. We're going to do a couple things in tonight. So, right. Good. I think that'll work. Yeah. We'll see how that does. So we'll let that dry. It'll dry pretty quick. And then okay. Then we'll sand it up, smooth it out, oil the whole handle, and then we're going to put overstrike protection on it. So let's let that dry for a second. Now, we are going to pop this out. So, how was everybody's weekend? Let me see here. Are you all crazy? Oh, in the United States? Yeah, for the most part. A little bit. A little bit crazy. Crazy's good though. Just a little bit. Not too crazy. There's a fine line there. Like a little extra crazy is not bad. Now watch this. That is like stupid sharp. I've hit myself on that before. I should flip that around before I wire myself open and you guys witness me bleed out all over the place. Hey Kareem, how's it going? Okay. What am I doing? Oh yeah. So basically, I need to drill out that wedge, release the pressure, and we'll beat that out. And that is a thicker wedge in there, so I'm not worried about saving out the handle. So we're going to take out, we'll use a little bit bigger bit than before. Edward, how's it going? Okay. So, this wood that I have in here usually smokes. Because it's hard. It is extremely hard. So, oops. There we go. So the trick is, let's go over the you want to stay away from the eye wall of the head. You don't want to dig in it at all, really, if you can help it. The only time you have that issue is up front here and in the back. So you see some of these, vintage heads that where they've dug into the sidewall. You see it a lot, actually. Some auger in here. Okay. So, so as augered out as that is, there's still a lot of pressure down in there. So you need to get down in there and kind of break some of that up. So, what I like to do, there's a chunk there. I'd like to get this done, preferably without cutting myself. That would be great. Good chunk there. Almost. Almost got her. Almost got her. Look, I think we gotta move it. So wow. Fighting to the bitter end. Oh, goodness. Let's see here. What do we got? Okay, so I would say I got that wedge pretty good. There's where the drill went through in front there, but yeah. Now see how rough that inside of that eye is? It's all dented up. on both sides here. That was smooth when I went in there, but with the pressure, right? So this head, when I got it, was split all the way through. It was just, and it was opened up a little bit, and I ground it out, repaired it, re-welded it, and it is solid. You can't even tell on the inside where the crack was, where the break was. The walls are a little thin on it, but it's still 100% usable. So, this will be my next hand. This here is firewood. Yeah. Okay. Now, one last thing. Okay. So, as iron acetate dries, it kind of grays up and dulls up a little bit. And then the hairs, like any other wood, when you throw like a liquid onto the wood, the fibers raise up. So a very light right? Be careful right there. I'm gonna cut myself yet. The night's young. The night is young. Usually I bleed once every other night. I'm due. So, okay, that's smoothed out. Let's get rid of the dirt, some of the grime, before I give this an oil job, a lube job. Okay. Okay, so that's ready. Let's put this away. And what time is it? Oh, we got time. Okay. Let's pick up some of this stuff. How was everybody's weekend? Was it good? I know in the U.S. we had our Memorial Day this weekend, yesterday. So we had a 3-day weekend. At least most of us did. Card scraper. That's pretty valuable. If you don't have one, get one, because you won't know what you're missing until you use one. And you can use a knife to do the same thing, but yeah. So, get rid of this. Put this away. What do we got going on here? Ooh. Lily, how's it going, Edward? That I cannot pronounce. But hi anyway. Everything cleared here. What color should I use? What colors? Decisions, decisions. And we can throw a lot of this stuff away because I can't use it. So that goes in the garbage. I need one glove here. Okay. Actually, we're going to throw two on. We're going to do that whole handle. Okay. The knife. The Savord knife. It's actually a decent little knife. For what it is, it's just a simple little pressure fit folder, but they're extremely cheap, extremely inexpensive, but hold a very good edge. That's all it is. I use this thing more than I'd like to admit. Remove the glasses, don't need that. Okay, so this is dirty. I need a deep cleaning. Maybe this weekend. Yes. Focus. Okay. Very unprofessional. Very unprofessional. Wedge material. More wedge material. God, I'm happy the way that crossways turned out. I can't wait for it to get finished. I'm going to text him tonight. Message him anyway. And yeah. Oh yeah, I need one more good. Okay, so we get the natural waka out here, give it a shake. I usually, this is my go-to. This is natural color, but it's the waka Danish oil is what I use. This here is the natural color. Right? So there's what it looks like right now. Okay. Let's move this on here. And I wasn't expecting the patch to, or the fix to match up, which it doesn't. It's kind of neat. It's kind of a neat little, it's not bad. Let's get some oil on this wedge here. Okay. I wonder why they didn't do that. Interesting. Okay. That's neither here nor there. Not a big deal, because I'm going to cover that. I'll let that set for a second. Go high. We'll just call you Xavier. How's it going? Okay. I did find out that you really don't want to leave the Danish oil on the blade of the head. You want to get that wiped off. You have to completely wipe it off, but don't leave it lay there with a thick coat, because it gets extremely sticky, especially extremely sticky in the wood. When you go to split, anything like that, not a good situation. Trust me when I say this. This is why I do these things, so you guys don't have to. So, okay. That's done. Now, so let's put this in here. Kind of tight, not really tight. So I have one. Oh, that's great. Yeah. Okay. So I have one in this color. Should I go this color? Lighter? Why not? Let's try it. Let's see what it looks like. This is regular paracord. And then this is the diamond braid. We'll try it. I don't know. The only way I'm going to know. The only way I'm going to know how well this stuff works. So far I know this works. But I have not tried this. This is 550 cord here, and it works okay. This is the same stuff. This is bigger. Don't know. Okay, so for this end is the end you want. It's this one. So we're only, we're only coming from here to here, right? So whatever you think you need, double it, like, or triple it. You're better off having a little extra than not having enough, which I've done many times. Hey Raymond, how's it going? Oregon, how is the weather there? No, I'm not ready for that yet. I used to fly. I used to fly a lot of RC, multiple airplanes, like 35 percenters. So that's probably what, 5 foot? Maybe? 5 foot? Um, right? So I'm probably going above, I'm probably going a lot extra than what I should. But like I said, I've been bit way too many times thinking I had enough, cord and wound up short. So okay. So let's check something out here. Let's see how long this is. They're always fun. It's been raining here. Time to get soon. Yeah, I'm sure you guys are getting a lot of rain out there. We've had a little bit here. I'm in Nebraska. I'm in Omaha, Nebraska. Right? So yeah, so that's 56 inches. It's 4'8". Okay. All right. So we'll just call it 4 foot. 4, 8. 12. So 16 foot, 17 foot. You would think to go just that little bit. We'll see what happens. So let's see here. Let's move you guys down here so you can watch me do this. Oops. Not a trickler. Let's see what this looks like. Okay. So now, if you're smart, which I'm not, you want to cover up the blade. But this is going to get in the way of what I want to do. Yes, it's going to be in the way. So, you just have to be careful. I don't have any tape. Nope. But what we'll do is, what we can do, just so I don't end up bleeding, which might happen anyway. Yeah. But, so, this is what we're going to do. So you make a loop, and yeah, I don't want the bump on that side. So we flip it over. You don't want the bump on the short side. It's just silliness. So, and I thought about maybe doing it like in the belly, maybe. I'm gonna try that. No, I'm gonna do the top. Yeah, we'll just go side. We'll make it easy for this time. Next time I'll do something different. So, there's probably a million ways to do this. This here seems to be the easiest. Right? You're going to leave yourself a little bit of tight so you can get a hold of it. Because she's going to be tight. Right? I'm always not ready for this whenever I start this, but we're going to go with it. So the biggest thing is the start, right? Get that started. I think I just figured out why I don't like this cord. Really fun. Right? It's a little bit slick. So in the beginning, it likes to move around. Okay, there. I'm pulling on it pretty good, and that's not moving. So, start your wrap. Make sure it's nice and snug, but not overly snug. Yeah, okay. Not overly snug, because you still got to pull. Still got to pull it through. And this is also a good idea. I mean, this is like almost 15 foot of cord, right? So this isn't really a bad idea for like a camping axe. Which I'm gonna put one on the Walmart axe just because. Either that or I'll make another boy's axe. Okay. What we got here? So, just keep on working your way around. You know, a lot of times I have the tendency of going too tight. Which, being too tight, being too tight is better than being too loose. Oh, I can't believe I just said that. Anyway. So you keep on going. Now, as you go up to the back, this is going to want to slide down. If you have, you know, like like the shoulder bump, like some axes do. But I like to take it as far as you can. Get one more. One more in there. Okay. I think that's it. So, yeah. I probably could have got away with about 13 foot, 14 foot to be safe. Usually I stick with 15 feet. Nope, we'll take a look here. Okay. Now, let's see that slid up right there like that. This thing actually hand to hold the weight. Okay. So that was a pair of pliers. This should work too. Alright. So we'll pull up. Alright. So that sucked that down right there. Okay. So okay. Okay. So that's going to hold that like that. Now, you want to be able to grab it with a good pair of pliers. Get them in there. Wrap it around. Now, I have slipped. One thing about the paracord, it's not going to break. Alright. So, yeah, okay. So see how that's it's right there. Now that should suck in there a little bit. If I can get a good grip on it without messing anything up like myself. Usually okay, there we go. Okay. So there's that. So we're right there with it. right? Which is good enough. Doesn't have to be crazy all the way in there. So nice. Okay. So instead of, yeah, see, about 5 foot. So like I said, about 12 to 14 feet. So now you can burn that or suck it through. So now the only one you have to burn off is this one here. Okay. So there's that. There. So, this is what we'll do. This is what I like to do. Kind of ignoring you guys. Oregon. You don't tell nobody, but there's a lot of gold in the basket. Yes, there is. How's it going, Raymond? Norbert, how's it going? Cut it off both ends. How's it going, Jimmy? So, there we go. I usually have a lighter here, but I don't right at the moment. So, now, I like to take CA, which is super glue. I call CA just because that's what we call it in the RC world, but I like to take super glue and run it across there. All right. Put this here. Okay. Go over here, make sure I get this side done. You seeing that okay? Yes, okay. So same with over here. One good amount. Okay. Just gonna spread that out. And that is going to be salt. So any glancing blows you get might scuff it up, but so far from what I've seen, it's pretty solid. It's better than leather. And that's worthless. So yeah. So now when that hardens, it's going to be hard as rock. And that'll be protected. So, got quite a bit done in this life. I think what we'll do is we're going to cut it there. Yeah. Stick you guys back up here. And I think that is going to be about it for tonight. Get back on the good stuff. All right. So yeah, I think that's good. I think I'll come back on a live and we'll finish that. Probably do that tomorrow. We'll probably finish up this other axe tomorrow. I gotta give him a call and ask him a couple questions. But this is the customer's axe. So this is a hardwood hickory. Bolivian rosewood, palm swells. All right. And then the wedge is Bolivian rosewood center with bloodwood cross edge. So we're going to finish that up. I think tomorrow we'll finish it up. So until then, hope everybody has a good night. And yeah, that's about it. Hope everybody has a good night. Stay safe. If you want, come back tomorrow. We'll get this finished up. It should be ready to go. So, have a good one.